This video is about inflammatory arthritis and gout. And question is, will a carnivore diet cure gout? The short answer is yes, but let's go into details. Science is based on the freedom of to express your own opinion and discuss it with other scientists. Yet a criterion of truth is the experimental verification of an opinion. In very many cases, such verification is impossible or very costly. Then there is no established science, there are opinions. Next, I fully understand that medical care is not science. It is business to make money. If a person gets healthy and does not need the help of medical professionals, only this person will benefit. The more healthy people there are in society, the less money medical professionals will get, right? So it makes me very suspicious about the opinions of medical professionals. I don't trust them at all. But let us do science and discuss my personal opinion. You can follow it, or you can discuss it, or you can follow opinion of medical professionals. It's all up to you. To save your time, you can download this presentation as PDF file, read it, and explore the sources of information. In this presentation, I show that inflammatory arthritis or gout is a consequence of chronic inflammation. Aging and chronic inflammations are related. Inflammation is an attempt of our immune system to remove toxins and pathogens. Some toxins we get from outside and others are produced inside our bodies. The accumulation of toxins can be a result of the compromised ability of our bodies to expel them. The kidney and liver are the most important inner organs that remove toxins from our blood. If the amount of toxins produced in our bodies or received from food and drinks exceeds our body ability to remove them, they accumulate. The best we can do is reduce the amount of toxins that we get from food and drinks, as well as limit the consumption of foods that may be converted into toxins inside our bodies. For example, lipotoxicity is the accumulation of oxidized lipids. Saturated fatty acids are more stable to oxidation than polyunsaturated fatty acids. So consumption of seed oils that are rich in polyunsaturated fatty acids has to be limited. Sugars, especially fructose, can react with oxidized lipids, so the toxic products of such reactions accumulate in our bodies as lipofuscin. Plant-based foods that comprise both proteins and carbohydrates cannot be digested completely. So undigested proteins get into the colon and they are used by pathogenic bacteria to produce toxins that may get into bloodstream. It looks like avoiding plant-based foods and following a carnivore diet in old age is the best thing that we can do. However, adaptation to such diet is not easy, and it takes no less than 4 months. It took 6 months for me. During adaptation time, symptoms like constipation, muscle cramps, and nausea may discourage people from continuing the diet change. Also, obese people store a lot of fat-soluble toxins. The change to a carnivore diet leads to weight loss by burning stored fat. But then toxins will be released from the adipose tissue of obese people into the bloodstream, causing abdominal pain, diarrhea, nausea, dizziness, headaches, and even a drop in blood pressure. So reducing chronic inflammation is not easy, but worthwhile to try, as health and longevity are the only real values in old age, in my opinion. Okay, let's go in science, let's go in details. In most animals, except humans and primates, the liver enzyme uricase breaks down uric acid into substance R-nantoin, which is then expelled in the urine. However, primates lack the enzyme uricase, leading to a potential buildup of uric acid in their blood. The accumulation may result in hyperuricemia and gout, a form of inflammatory arthritis characterized by deposition of monosodium urate crystals in the joints and tendons. Historically, gout was often attributed to excessive meat and alcoholic beverage consumption, leading to dietary recommendations that emphasize limiting animal products, especially internal organs, and alcohol, particularly beer, tea, cocoa, and coffee. Increasing water intake is also advised to reduce urate and oxalate concentrations in the urine. Okay, this is official opinion. It is just I go into details and I explain what is what. Medical professionals have linked the development of gout to individuals with psoriasis of the skin and nails, although the precise cause remains unknown. Psoriasis is a chronic autoimmune condition characterized by chronic inflammation of the skin. Its exact cause is not fully understood by medical professionals, but we may tentatively attribute it, in my opinion, to leaky gut syndrome, also known as intestinal permeability, which allows toxins, bacteria, and proteins to leak through the intestinal wall and enter the bloodstream. Elevated uric acid levels in the blood correlate with the risk of cardiovascular disease and the development of atherosclerotic lesions in the arteries. So you can click on publications and see it. But it is just correlation, okay? It is not the cause, but it is correlation. It seems logical to think that psoriasis, gout, and cardiovascular diseases have a common root cause, which is chronic inflammation, in my opinion. Again, so people, if you read scientific publications, they don't claim it. They think, okay, cardiovascular disease is probably related to this gout and uric acid in blood. So here you see picture of people with this gout, and you see that the person get psoriasis of nails. So these diseases are related, psoriasis and gout. What it is? It is inflammation. It is caused by inflammation and the leaky gut syndrome, for example. Okay, it's essential to distinguish between urea and uric acid. Contrary to popular opinion, red meat does not cause gout. So you can look video now on this topic. While consuming a lot of protein can increase urea production, it can actually be beneficial as higher urea levels in urine help combat bacterial growth in the urinary tract. Moreover, urine with elevated electrolyte concentrations, including sodium, potassium, and magnesium, exhibit increased antibacterial activity. A diet rich in protein and electrolytes can be a more effective and natural remedy for chronic urinary infections than regular antibiotics intake. This dietary approach may be particularly beneficial for elderly individuals, especially older women suffering from chronic urinary infections. Okay, you see in urea, chemical composition, and uric acid, much different. Don't use it. So okay, you see much different. Uric acid, urea, not the same substance. Higher uric acid levels do not necessarily lead to gout attacks. Some people experience increased uric acid levels when started a ketogenic or carnivore diet due to the production of ketones by the liver. The kidney removes excess ketones in the beginning of this adaptation from the blood, making it more challenging to eliminate uric acid. However, this temporary elevation in uric acid does not typically result in gout attacks. Moreover, the most abundant ketone body, it is beta-hydroxybutyrate, produced by the liver in the state of ketosis or fasting, reduces chronic age-related inflammation. In mice, the ketone body, this beta-hydroxybutyrate, reduced the inflammatory response to monosodium urate crystals. You see, it is curing actually. So a ketogenic diet can be used to reduce gout attacks, but again, it takes time. So this is how this works. If you go for ketogenic diet or carnivore diet, which is just belongs to ketogenic diet, or if you fasting or calorie restriction, so your liver produce this beta hydroxybutyrate hydroxybutyric acid, or you can consume as supplements ketone esters and produce this substance. It also help to reduce symptoms of the gout. Mainstream medical recommendations emphasize consuming fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, vegetable oils, or so-called seed oils, whole grains, legumes, and beans to prevent chronic diseases and to reduce the risk of mortality in old age. Internet is full with these videos, okay? But again, in my opinion, it's completely opposite. So while this approach has demonstrated some benefits, minor benefits for individuals with 2 chronic diseases, its impact on other groups of elders remains minimum or insignificant. Meanwhile, consumption of seed oils rich in polyunsaturated fatty acids, particularly omega-6 polyunsaturated fatty acid, may play a key role in inflammation, aging, and the death of cells. Saturated fats seem to be less harmful than seed oils. You can read this publication, throughout a recent publication, and I agree with this. I agree with this. Not with this, but with this publication. Okay. Meanwhile, omega-6 polyunsaturated fatty acid intake from seed oils should not exceed 0.4% of total food energy intake. Meanwhile, in America, the seed oils give up to 30% of food energy intake. So you can compare 0.4 and 30%. So this is omega-3, which is considered as helpful and healthy, and omega-6 is unhealthy, and omega-9 which is less common. But you see, it's a polyunsaturated fatty acid, and it is actually very easy to be oxidized by heating. So if you think this acid is essential but for our health, but yet you have to be very careful about use of this fish oil and other products. Fructose is unique among carbohydrates as it generates uric acid during its metabolism, which may play a role in the development of metabolic syndrome. Fructose consumption has been associated with obesity, especially in children. It can induce weight gain, leptin resistance, increased food intake, high blood pressure, a fatty liver, elevated triglycerides in blood, and insulin resistance. Additionally, fructose can lead to visceral fat accumulation. So not only obesity, but most dangerous fat accumulation is visceral fat accumulation. Okay, also dyslipidemia, impaired post-meal fat metabolism. This I don't know, but you can read about this. It's really dangerous. Fructose is, I don't deny that fructose consumption in excessive amount is dangerous. Okay, some evidence suggests that seasonal consumption of high fructose fruits and berries, coupled with increased uric levels and fat accumulation. So it is, if you consume seasonally high fructose fruits, then you get increased uric acid production and a higher level in blood. And what is happening? Fat accumulation. Because it is evolutionary, there is evolutionary advantage to get fatty before winter time, because as adaptation to food scarcity during the winter times. It is again, we follow evolution. It is not bad, but if you fasting during the winter time, yeah, but nowadays it is all available all the year around, and it is not healthy. But seasonal, limited consumption of fructose, not problem at all. Honey or fruits, no problem, but again, in limited amount and maybe seasonal. Okay, this is how the fructose gets into uric acid, and what is doing, it is also producing reactive oxygen species, it's also producing this fat accumulation. So you see how the metabolically fructose can be converted to uric acid. Pardon, it is not glucose. Glucose is less dangerous than fructose. Fructose is really harmful. Fructose found naturally in fruits and honey and added to many processed food and beverages as high fructose corn syrup, has a unique metabolic pathway that can raise uric acid levels, potentially influencing blood pressure, insulin resistance, and fat storage. When individuals consume high fructose meals, circulatory circulatory uric acid levels can rise shortly after ingestion and remain elevated post-meal. So you can read the publication again. But blaming only fructose, it is not good, but just mind that, yeah, consumption of fructose increase the level of uric acid in your blood. High fructose foods can contribute to hyperuricinemia and gout, maybe again upon conditions, but through various mechanisms, including increased uric acid production and inflammation. Inflammation is the key for the gout. So you have more production of uric acid, and then if you have inflammation, then you will get complications. Uric acid can also affect blood vessel function, leading to reduced nitric oxide production and increased vascular resistance, thereby raising blood pressure. Yet, in my opinion, again, moderate consumption of natural honey or seasonal fruits cannot be detrimental. Okay, again, if you don't have inflammation, if you are healthy, not a big problem. Fruits are, you can eat seasonal fruits, but seasonal, okay, it is not all year round. So what is happening with fructose again here, that it makes inflammation and fatty liver, accumulation of fat in the liver. Okay, then what else? It is insulin resistant, etc. So it's really questionable to consume too much fructose. The relation between serum uric acid levels and hypertension in humans is well established in mainstream medicine, with hypertension being considered both a risk factor or for elevated uric acid level and vice versa. Okay, so it's again fructose increase blood pressure by mechanism discussed before, and vice versa. So it's again high blood pressure also may increase production of uric acid. Both conditions share a common cause: chronic kidney inflammation and impaired removal of oxalates and uric acid salts from the blood. Okay, what we see, we have, if you have high blood pressure, most probably you have inflammation of your kidney. And then, because kidney cannot remove these oxalates and uric acid from the blood, then you are getting higher level of uric acid in the blood, and so this is the cause. Your kidney is damaged. Your kidney are inflamed. Okay, this is the cause. So research suggests that increased sodium urate levels in the blood and urine can lead to the precipitation of calcium oxalate crystals, contributing to kidney stones and arthritis. Oxalates, there was a video about oxalates. It is toxic stuff. It is toxic, guys. Be careful about superfood. It is toxic. Okay, they are toxic. And then oxalates are toxic, but oxalates work together with urine. Oxalate produce inflammation in the kidney, and then, and vice versa, deposition of monosodium urate also produce inflammation. They together, the ability of kidney to expel toxins is dropping, and you are getting inflammation in all your body and especially in kidney. Okay, so what is happening? Kidney stone formation and arthritis and gout. Okay, this is you have to be very careful about what you eat. So as I said, precipitation of monosodium urate crystals is may compromise of removal of oxalates. Be careful what you eat. The solubility of uric acid increases as urine pH rises, while getting alkaline, while the solubility of sodium monourate decreases. Okay, so it is again, if you have crystals of sodium monourate, then what is happening? Then if your urine is pH is rising above the normal, above pH 6, and it has minimum around 7.7. Okay, but anyway, urine alkalations, even a little bit about pH 6 can lead to the precipitation of sodium monourate as kidney stones. So what can make your urine alkaline? Urine pH can fluctuate due to diet, hydration, and overall health. Certain vegetables with lower acidity, such as spinach, kale, broccoli, and cucumbers, and can alkalize urine. Okay, again, vegetables are not healthy at all. So it is opposite to opinion of medical professionals, and okay, it's up to you to trust my opinion or opinion of the medical professionals. I stopped consuming fruits and vegetables, only seasonal fruits sometimes in a small amount, and all the problems with inflammation and psoriasis gone. I feel myself so much better. Okay, additionally, some fruits like bananas and watermelon have a mild alkalizing effects. Almonds, pumpkin seeds, and sunflower seeds can also contribute to alkaline urine and monosodium urate precipitation as crystals. Again, this is what is recommended always, and all these people who follow vegetarian diet. Almonds, pumpkin seed, sunflower seeds, they always recommended by my medical professionals to consume as healthy food. Okay, think why they recommend it. Why? Will they get any benefit if you will get healthy? Not at all, not at all. So trust this, my opinion, or trust medical professionals, up to you. I don't trust medical professionals at all. Only few, maybe few. You saw my video about Paul Masson. He is fantastic, and I trust him completely. But he's okay. You watch the video, you will see why I trust him. The capacity of kidney in healthy person to excrete uric acid from urine can be up to 800 or even 1000 milligram a day. It's a lot. A problem appears when kidney capacity is compromised by inflammation. It can be a result of autoimmune diseases like psoriasis. It is just one consequence, but inflammation can go to your kidney also. It can be a result of autoimmune diseases as consequence of the leaky gut syndrome, or in younger people, or chronic inflammation related to aging, hypoxia, and oxidative stress in older people. The accumulation of calcium oxalate crystals in kidney also ignites inflammation. Aging and obesity are two major factor risk for gout flares, according to publications. Okay, guys, again. Interestingly, calorie restriction, fasting, and ketogenic diet mimics fasting. It reduces inflammation, extends lifespan in mice, and obviously in humans, and reduce the inflammatory response to monosodium urate crystals. Okay, you can have high level of uric acid, but no gout development. Okay, so you decide what diet to follow. Ketogenic diet is okay, and carnivore diet is just subdivision of the ketogenic diet. It has more advantages, to my opinion. Okay, this is what you saw the video about toxic superfoods. Okay, so you decide what to do, and this person, Sally Norton, suffered a lot herself, and eventually he discovered that what to do, and he removed this high oxalate food from her diet, and then she is doing well now. I may conclude that the root cause of the gout is chronic inflammation of kidney, joints, and other tissues. A high intake of saturated, monounsaturated, and omega-6 polyunsaturated fatty acid has shown decreased inflammation in rodent studies. This is what I was talking about. Polyunsaturated fatty acids, they produce, eventually they get oxidized, they produce inflammation. If you rely on saturated and monounsaturated fatty acids, it is much better health. Okay, so following a ketogenic diet may reduce inflammation and improve health in humans. But again, ketogenic diet should rely on this fatty acid, not on polyunsaturated fatty acids, not on seeds and nuts and pumpkin seeds, etc. No seeds, avoid seeds. So, okay, considering the dangers of calcium oxalate accumulation in the kidney and other tissues due to the intake of vegetables, at least some vegetables, avoiding plant-based foods and following a carnivore diet would be a better dietary option, in my opinion. I changed first to ketogenic diet with a lot of vegetables, but then I was not satisfied. I changed eventually to carnivore diet. So much better. So guys, so much better, but it takes time. It is not easy. If you decide to follow me, it's again not easy, but eventually you feel good. You will feel good. Okay, the accumulation of senescent cells is related to aging, chronic hypoxia, and oxidative stress. It is also producing senescent cells contribute to chronic inflammation. How to handle this? It is not easy. It cannot be stopped completely, but we may use senolytics intermittently to slow down aging. I have a video on it. Again, it's not easy subject. When you're aging, the senescent cells make you slow, make you feel not much energy, and again you cure it by senolytics, but it is not easy. Again, I talk about this, and I use it again, how the protocol, what substances to use, and again it is complicated questions. It is research, and the research without support, financial support, this research can go very slowly, sorry again, but I do it for myself, and it works. So, but yes, okay, so you have these links, you can follow the links and read publications, because again, my opinion, I am scientist, I base my opinion on science, on opinion of other people, but I read publications, I try to think logically. Medical care is not science. Medical professionals don't read these publications. Trust me, they know nothing. Okay, they don't know almost nothing. Oh, pardon. Here I made it somehow twice, but okay, the link will work. Okay, if you have time, if you had time to watch this video to this end, thank you very much. Again, I share my personal opinion. I'm doctor in science, no, not medical doctor. I try to think logical. I try to make science. Of course, my opinion should be proved by experiment. But it is not easy. Again, it is not easy. It is again financial problems, etc. So it is a video I make for myself, mostly for myself to know how it works, and for information purposes, also for education. It is not supposed to replace medical advice. It is not that I'm against medical care. No. I support medical care. I consider it is very positive for society, because it is kind of natural selection of people. So if you smart, if you understand what to do, then you will maybe hesitate to use medical advice. But those who gullible people and not much thinking, okay, then it's good. They are not supposed to live long. They are not supposed to be healthy. Okay, then it is good. It is natural selection. I support it completely. Just I don't use it personally. Okay, if there is some propaganda and the regulations to make some like vaccination or wear mask, I know that it is not for me. Okay, it is. I stay away. I stay away. I can hide somewhere in province, not go into crowded places, and so I don't want to follow any propaganda, any medical like World Health Organization. Thank you very much. It is not for me. Okay, that's again my opinion. Again, is different from official recommendations. So you do your own research. Don't rely on my opinion. It is just opinion, and make your own research. I hope you enjoyed this video, and then please to support my channel, at least what you can do, the least you can do, press the like, bell button, subscribe to my channel, share this video with your friends and family. Maybe somebody will benefit from this. Okay, so smart people, I believe, should be treated well. Okay, if you're a smart person, and if you have smart relatives and smart friends, share this video. Maybe it will help them, okay, to avoid the complications. Meanwhile, again, not all. Even I have some friends and who follow vegetarian diet, and I tell them, don't do it. Okay, maybe few years it will work, but after 5 years you will get health complications. But they don't believe me. And when I tell that my goal is a radical lifespan extension, it is like living for a few hundred years, They say, no, it is impossible. Nobody lives more than 130 years. I said, I will be the first. I am scientist. This is my profession, to crack the problem. The problem of radical lifespan extension is scientific problem. I cracked in my life a number of very complicated scientific problems. So I can do it. I can do it. And also, it is I will benefit from this discovery, because again, science is not very well paid, and at least in this research I can benefit from this. So because I have better health and I can live longer. Of course, it takes time, it takes money, it takes efforts, but it is worthwhile to do. Much better feeling, much better health, much better, much more energy, and okay, whatever. Okay, have a wonderful day, guys. Thank you a lot again for your time.